Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutation to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. You know, I was talking to my homeboy in the world, and, we go back and forth about, what's going on in the world sometimes. And this man is still on this equality nonsense, man. All right? The Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, didn't create us to be equal to anybody, man. That's what this lesson is really going to go into, man. There's no equal to the nation of Israel, man. There's no equal to us, man. All right? Even the small hats over there, right? They believe that they're the chosen people, and they believe they have no equal, right? So, when we really are the chosen people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? You should have that same mindset that you have no equal, and this is why you were handpicked by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, to be his chosen people, man. What kind of power would want his favorite to be equal to anybody, man? No, there's a reason why he has favorites, man, to put them above everybody else, right? And there's no equality anywhere, man. There was never equality on the face of the earth, man. There was never a time of equality on the face of the earth. There's no equality in the ocean, man. There are apex predators that don't get hunted and do all the hunting, man, in the oceans, man. There's no equality in the animal kingdom, man. All right? You got millions of bees, you got millions of ants working for one queen ant that, has all the children, but all the ants work for her, man. You got the queen bee, where thousands of bees will protect that queen bee and give up their lives for that queen bee, man. Right? You got top dogs in the jungle. You got top gorillas, right? That'll have 6, 8 wives, and the lower level gorilla will maybe have one or maybe even none, man. Right? Just like lions. Lions are the king of the jungle. There's no equality anywhere, man. So Jake, you're really truly simple-minded when you ask for things such as equality, man. All right? That's not the way the Lord set it up to be, man. And anywhere, man. How much more his chosen people? This is Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? Right? Not restore the kingdom to all men. Restore the kingdom to Israel. Put Israel back on top, man. The disciples are asking, is this the time where, it's time for us to rule, man? Is it time for us to have the kingdom? Verse 7, and he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. Right. Because back then they didn't know the times or the seasons. But now we have the full understanding of the scriptures. We know the times and the seasons, man. We don't know the exact date that the nation of Israel is going to be back on top. But we understand through the spirits and power of the Holy Spirit and these prophecies, man, that the season is coming up, man. The season of the return of the Lord is coming up, man. It's going to be at the end of this wicked-ass rulership, man. All right? And a part of the reason why this rulership is wicked, because of all the liberalism and people that want to be equal to everybody, man. Why wouldn't you want to be equal to the devil, man? All right? The so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So why would Jake, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, want to be equal to the devil, man, when you were chosen by God, man? It doesn't make sense, man. This place is, niggas is bugged out these days, man. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, for thou, you know what? Slovakia. Deuteronomy 7 and 6, for thou talking to the children of Israel, man. Thou is a specific term. It's basically saying you, not everybody. For you are a holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power. For the Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That right there doesn't sound like equality. Not at all, man. It sounds like one nation was chosen to be above all nations upon the face of the earth. Chosen by the Lord himself, man. All right? So where's the equality in that, man? And who are you to argue against the Most High, man? Who are you to argue against the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man? All right, I'm going to stick in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 14 and verse 2. Deuteronomy 14 and 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power. The Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth. All right, when you go into that word holy, it means separate and set apart. Right? This is why the scripture talks about praying with holy hands. Doesn't mean dipping your hands in holy water. It means keeping your hands separated from each other, man. Right? Because you go into these Christian churches, you'll see their hands folded together. Right? That's anti-biblical, man. All right? Just like equality is anti-biblical, man. All right? I'm going to go into that word peculiar. According to the dictionary.com, peculiar, uncommon, unusual, strange, odd, all right? Distinctive in nature or character from others, all right? That's really the main point in that, man. All right? Distinctive in nature and character from others. It's not like the others, man. All right? Belonging exclusively to some person, group, or thing. All right? Peculiar people belonging exclusively to the Lord, man. All right? Deuteronomy 14 and 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself. If you read that, in the so-called modern definition, right? Peculiar means really belonging exclusively to someone, right? So, and the Lord hath chosen thee to be belonging exclusively unto himself, man. All right? Why would the Lord choose one nation out of all the nations to make them equal with all nations, man? It doesn't make sense, man. All right, let me go into the blue letter for that word peculiar too. All right. According to the blue letter, possession, property, valued property, peculiar treasure, man. A highly valued property, man. All right? This is why we were surnamed after the Lord, man. Because we were highly valued. All right? When you highly value a woman in the world and you want to make her your wife, you give her your name, man. All right? Just the same thing the Lord did with us, man. All right? And, the strongest definitions, feminine passive participle of an unused root meaning to shut up. Wealth. Shut up meaning to hide away, to keep to themselves, man. Wealth as closely shut up. A jewel. Peculiar treasure. Proper good special. Right? Because we also are known as the jewels. The electors are known as the jewels of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai too, man. All right? Let me jump to the book of Psalms. All right? Ain't no book in the Bible talks about equality, man. Psalms chapter 2. Psalms chapter 2 and 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. All right? That's ownership, man. All right? If you ask of the Lord, he's going to give you the heathen for an inheritance. That's when you inherit something, that's something that you own, man. All right? You can't be equal to something that you own, man. All right? Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. All right. Also, parts of the earth, lands, the true wealth of the earth is, land, resources, cattle, gold, silver, precious stones, precious metals. That's true wealth. That's true money right there, man. All right. The money that's passed around, these Federal Reserve notes today, that's called currency. Right? And this currency is not backed by anything. It's not backed by any money. So at the end of the day, it truly is worthless. The only thing that's keeping the dollar alive today is the faith that the people have in it. All right. And once, that faith is destroyed, it's going to be worthless. Nobody's going to accept something that they don't believe is valuable, man. Right? There's all currency ever created ultimately returns to its true value, which is nothing, which is zero, right? No currency has ever been created and kept its value for since its creation, since its inception, man. All right, it doesn't happen because currency is worthless. True money is land, cattle, gold, silver, precious metals, precious stones, and resources, man. All right, finite things, man. Because when you have a currency that's backed by nothing, you could print infinite amounts of it. This is why they're able to print $10 trillion within the span of 3 years, man. All right, because it's invaluable, it's worthless, man. People think they have a mattress full of money, that they're rich. No, man, you have the illusion of money, man. You have the illusion of money. You have the illusion of wealth, all right? Because at the end of the day, it could all become worthless, all right? Psalms 2 and 9, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, judges of the earth. Kings and judges, those are titles, right? A king isn't equal to his servants. A king isn't equal to his subjects. A king isn't equal to his servants, man. A king isn't equal to the normal population, man. A king is an elevated status, man. There's no equality there, man. Where in the Bible does it ever talk about equality, man? You get equality from your father, the devil, which is Esau, Edom, man. He's the one that teaches you equality because he wants to be equal to you at the end of the day, man. Ultimately, he wants to be equal to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, but he doesn't want you to know that you're above him, all right? This is why he preaches equality, so he could pacify you while he fucking torments you from the shadows, man. While he poisons your food, right? Locks you in prisons. Works you to literal death, man. All right? And gives you nothing in return. You're still slavery if you're working for so-called money. If you're working for Federal Reserve notes, you're still a slave because you're working for something that's worthless at the end of the day. You're getting paid in currency, but you're not getting paid in money, right? You're a slave, man. And you're really working for free for, every week. If you get paid every week or every 2 weeks, you're working for free until your payday, man. All right? Because you don't get paid until you get paid. You're working for free. Because what if the company shut down the day before you're supposed to get paid? Then your ass is out of luck, man. All right? But you want to be equal to the so-called devil, man. So it's like not the so-called devil. You want to be equal to the so-called white man. That's not the way the Lord set it up. And, the book of 2nd Esdras proves that, man. 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, right? Was there equality between Adam and the animals, man? No, he was set up above them, man. All right? Of him come we all, and all the people also whom thou hast chosen. All right? Everybody comes from Adam, man. But also, not just everybody, also the chosen people come from Adam as well, man. All right? So there's a separation right there. Verse 55, all this have I spoke before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Who was the world created for? The world was created for the chosen people. The chosen people are you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, man. All right? And also the other nations that, have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That might look like, they might look like so-called Chinese. They might look so-called white. They might look so-called Arab. But truly, they descend from the man whose name was changed from Jacob to Israel, man. All right? According to the bloodline and seed line of the Father, man. All right? This is who the world was made for. The world was made for the Israelites to rule over it and judge it righteously under the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, under the order of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and under the law, statutes, and commandments given to us by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. Verse 56, as for the other people, which also come from Adam, the other people, every nation, other people is talking about every nation outside of the nation of Israel, man. All right? And when I say the nation of Israel, I'm not talking about Israelis, man. Israelis are just inhabitants of the land of Israel. An Israelite is a descendant of the man Israel, man. All right. So we're not, it's two separate people, man. Those Israelis, majority of them are Edomites, man. All right. The Edomite is the so-called white man today, man. All right. Verse 56. As for the other people, which also come from Adam, Salaki, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. All right. That does not sound like equality. But be like unto spittle, that and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Right? They be like spittle, man. Right? The Lord likens the abundance of these other nations, man, as a drop that falleth from a vessel, man. All right? That's how little regard he has for these other nations compared to the nation of Israel, man. All right? He regards them as nothing. Verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. Right? The nations, these other nations, all these other nations, so-called whites, Arabs, Indians, Chinese, Japanese, so-called, man. All right? All these other nations are starting to rule over us, man. They are not Slovakia, they rule over us. They have us in captivity, right? We're paying them tribute, right? We're working in their factories, right? We're working their lands, man, right? We're building up their nations, man, all right? But why is this? It's because we went off, man, right? The Lord said that, in the book of Deuteronomy 28, the blessings and the curses, that, if we stuck to our side of the deal, which was the covenant, that he will make us the head and make other nations the tail. But if we didn't stick by our word, stick to the end of our deal, that he will make us the tail and these other nations the head and make them rule over us, man. And this is why the world is the way it is, man. This is why you're seeing a disproportionate number of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in these prisons. This is why you see a disproportionate number of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans being gunned down by police. This is why you see a disproportionate number of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans working the worst jobs in any country that they reside in, man. Right? If you go to a restaurant, right, you'll see the so-called niggas and spics in the kitchens working the foods, cleaning the tables, cleaning the bathrooms, right? But you'll see Esau Edom, general manager, CEO, president, But this is we agreed to this, man. We agreed to be put into slavery because we agreed that if we didn't go off, we agreed that if we didn't go up, we'll also be put into rulership, man. The Lord is just sticking to his deal, man. All right. The Lord did nothing wrong by putting us into slavery, man. All right. Just like he's not going to do anything wrong when he puts these other nations into slavery too, man. The Lord is not about equality. All right, 2 Ezra 6 and 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, thy being a possessive term, we, your people, the people of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Right. I just was just asking questions, man. Why are we going through what we're going through? All right. But, at the end of the day, this is the deal we made, man. And I'm going to get to Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to close out with that. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. Right? If we should listen, truly listen and diligently listen and observe and do all the commandments which the Lord gave us this day, that the Lord Yahweh thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. All right? That's all we got to do. All we got to do is what the Lord said to do, and he will set us above all nations on the earth. All right. Verse 2, and all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power. Right? Not only will we be blessed with a rulership and be set on high above all nations on the earth, we'll have so many blessings that they'll overtake us, man. All right? You know what? Let me also read I'm gonna read damn. I'm gonna read Deuteronomy 28:9. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee. Right? This is a promise by the Lord, a sworn promise by the Lord, man. And the Lord is a man that he cannot lie, man. If thou shalt keep if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh thy power, and walk in his ways, and all the people on the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. Right? Ain't no nation afraid of you niggas now, man. No nation afraid of you niggas now. They're afraid of you when you understand the truth, man. They ain't afraid of you when you in that nigga spirit, man. All right? They mock you. They laugh at you. They call you bywords and proverbs, man. All right? On verse 13, and the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only. Right? There again, there's no equality there, man. And thou shalt not be beneath, if that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them. All right? But that was the deal, man. If we hearken diligently to the voice of the Lord, if we do what he told us to do, right? If we observe the Sabbath, all right? If we loved our neighbor as we loved ourselves, and really, if we loved our neighbor as we loved ourselves, and, love the Lord above anything else, right? We will be the head, man. That's really, at the end of the day, that's all it takes. That's all it takes, man. But Jake is hard-headed, man. Jake don't want to do that. Jake would rather please the flesh, please Esau, Edom, right? They rather, chase the bag, get this money, because worthless money at the end of the day too, man. All right? Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All right? On the flip side of everything, man, if you don't listen, right? If we don't listen to the voice of the Lord, man, if we don't observe the commandments and his statutes and his laws, man, then instead of blessings overtaking us, curses are going to overtake us, man. And this is why you see Jake in the condition that they're in today, man. All right? I'm just going to jump down to the point, and I'm going to close out with that. Oh, shoots. Salaki, I just want to get to a point where it says, Lord's going to make us the tail and not the head. It might be towards the end. Could have sworn it was in the 40s. Really, Khan Salaki was right there. Deuteronomy 28:43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. Right? If you want to buy something, if you want to take a loan out, where you gotta go? You gotta go to these banks. Who owns these banks? Majority of the banks are owned by Amalek, the so-called small hats, man. Also, a majority of them are owned by Edomites, man. All right? Jake could have opened a bank if he wanted to, man. All right? Who do we have to go to get these loans, man? to get a business permits and so on and so forth. Because Jake will be simple-minded and say, oh, all Jake got to do is start their own business and, you get out of under the foot of Esau. But, in order to get insurance for that business, you got to go to Esau. In order to get the permits and the licenses for that business, you got to go to Esau. In order to trademark the name of your business, you got to go to Esau, man. All right? You got to pay business taxes. All right? And who those taxes go to, man? It go to Esau Edom, man, the so-called white man. So even if you had your own business, it's technically not your business because it could be taken away from you at any moment, man. All right? Verse 44, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Again, in the blessings, there's no equality. In the curses, there's no equality, right? But Jake still, till this day, searching for something that niggas been marching for damn near 6 or 7 decades, man, with no fruit from it, man. All right? It's unprofitable to be out here asking and demanding equality, man, because equality has destroyed our nation. The seeking of equality has destroyed our nation. We got to seek for rulership. And the only way we could seek rulership is by, going to the Lord, man, the King of all kings, man. But I'm going to wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakrakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say shalom and abad the ball.